I started watching porn when I was like 11. I think it really destroyed my brain. And
I feel incredibly devastated that I was exposed to so much porn. The first few times I, had sex, I was not saying no to things that were not good. And it's because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be attracted to. And I'm so angry that porn is so loved, and I'm so angry at myself for thinking that it was okay.
Those were the words of the singer Billie Eilish. Her experience is all too common. The average age at which children first see pornography here in the UK is just 13. It's accessed 1.4 million times by British children every month. And one girl in a report for the Children's Commissioner put it bluntly: porn is the starting point for young people when it comes to sex. Our world has accepted pornography's existence as a fact of life. It really is everywhere. Around 25% of search engine requests are pornography related. Even among Christians, 30% of church leaders access porn on the internet more than once a month, and 75% of Christian men view pornography on a monthly basis. Why? Well, often people believe that pornography is private, that it doesn't hurt anyone, and that it gives them freedom. And as Christians, we don't believe that any of those are true. People say that watching pornography is private. If you want a sexual release, you can have it in the privacy of your own room, with no one else involved. But other people are impacted by the decision to watch pornography, particularly your spouse. Jesus said, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Sexual activity is designed by God to be for marriage. Well, pornography use has been linked with marriage breakdown, with loss of sexual desire, and unsatisfactory sexual performance. The secular author Louise Perry writes, "Porn trains the mind to regard sex as a spectator sport, to be enjoyed alone and in front of a screen. It removes love and mutuality from sex, turning human beings into body parts." And it can lead to spouses feeling pressured to perform particular acts or feeling inadequate. For what woman can compete with a fantasy? A harem of imaginary brides, as C.S. Lewis described it. A harem that is always accessible, always subservient, calls for no sacrifices or adjustments, and can be endowed with erotic and psychological attractions which no woman can rival. People say that pornography doesn't harm anyone. It's your choice, a way of letting out sexual frustration where no one gets hurt. But actually, regularly, those who appear on the screen are being harmed. No rules on the major pornography platforms adequately ensure that those filmed have given consent, or even that they are not underage. According to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, pornography was the third most common form of sex trafficking. Another report found that of 854 women in prostitution, 49% were forced to make pornography while they were being enslaved in sex trafficking. And people say that pornography gives you freedom, the freedom to explore your different likes and dislikes. But that is not what is happening for our young people, because many of them are exposed to this against their wishes. 38% of 16 to 21-year-olds said they had accidentally come across pornography online. 41% have come across it on X, formerly known as Twitter. 51% of 16 to 21-year-old girls have been sent explicit photos of someone they know in real life. And pornography is rewiring the way young people think about sex, and what is and isn't okay. 72% of young people agreed with the statement that viewing online pornography affects young people's expectations around sex and relationships. Just 4% disagreed. 79% have seen violent pornography before age 18. 47% of girls say they expect sex to involve violent behaviour, such as slapping and choking. The Children Commissioner's report into the effects of pornography was titled, "A lot of it is actually just abuse." So how should we respond? We'll first call on the government to protect young people. CARE campaigned for the Online Safety Act for years. It finally passed into law in 2023. It requires social media firms to take responsibility for protecting young people from pornography, such as by introducing age verification. But there is still so much more to do. Recently, Baroness Burton published the Pornography Review, which CARE was instrumental in securing. It makes over 30 recommendations to the government, including making illegal online porn which involves choking and other violent and misogynistic themes, or banning nudification apps, and making it an offence to create non-consensual intimate images of someone using AI. The laws covering pornography online are not currently equal with those covering content offline, and we need to see more action from the government. Secondly, let's encourage dialogue between spouses, between parents and children, and between people at church. 90% of Christians believe the church does not adequately support those who struggle with pornography use. Parents, be aware that with smartphones, children as young as 8 have been affected, often by accident. Why not install software to prevent them from accessing certain kinds of website? And thirdly, let's tell our world a better story about God's purpose for sex. Because as Christians, we believe that God has designed sex to be a good thing, a gift to be enjoyed within the lifelong commitment of marriage, when two people give all of themselves to one another in a beautiful vision of Christ's love for his church. That is true intimacy, when two flawed people with their imperfections and insecurities say to one another, "I am yours. All that I am, I give to you. All that I have, I share with you." Pope John Paul II once said, "The problem with pornography is not that it shows too much of the person, but that it shows far too little." This is our better story for living out our sexuality. Pornography offers nothing more than cheap thrills and shadowy pleasures. But we believe in a world in which sex has meaning, because it is rooted in the deep love which lies at the heart of our universe.